Whoop-de-doo-doo, or something like that. I don't know if my lights have just gone dimmer or what, but it is a bit darker in here. Right now, I don't have the ability to change that, so oh well. Alright, it is time. A lot of weird stuff is happening right now, so I feel like I'll just be drained explaining it. But anyways, let's just go back into it. Maybe I'll just explain as I go. Okay, we got something else. June 20th, Kern Village. Mr. Nick? What's wrong? I have never left Kern Village. I have never left Kern Village. Really? Wow, that's pretty amazing. You're going to meet with Mystic Maya, aren't you? Please tell her I said hi. She's not coming with us. Hey, wait. She ran off again. Well, I know Eni's secret now, but I still don't have any idea how I'm going to save Maya. Right. So, all evidence is pointing towards her. The Dr. Gray's nurse, or it used to be nurse, had died in a car accident. She said that he murdered her somehow. We don't really know the details, but there were bad rumors surrounding Gray because of malpractice, they said, and it caused 14 or 15 deaths in their hospital, and then she also ended up dying. It seemed like she wanted revenge on him. I feel like, I don't know how this is going to play out. I feel like there's a huge clue with that bullet hole down at the bottom of the room they were in. Did she have help or what? But obviously the I don't know what to call it. I don't even remember what it was. Okay, let's just keep moving on until I find a word, because it's gonna bother me so bad. I don't even know if I should go in there with a smile or a straight face. Okay, let's go visit Maya again, I guess. What am I supposed to do? I'm almost out of time. Can I really do anything? Can I really save her? Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? It must be Maya. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Phoenix? Is this Mia? It is. Mia! Even without me being here, it looks like you've learned to stand on your own. Memories. Mia, she's Maya's older sister and my mentor. Unfortunately died. She was a top-notch defense lawyer, but a certain case forced her into retirement. That's an interesting way to put it, Phoenix. But whenever I'm in trouble, she comes to help, just like this. Her spirit comes back from the other world and borrows Maya's body for a bit. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face in front of your client. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets, and especially when it's bad. Mia. You can't smile at the end if you haven't been smiling the whole way through, she says. In any case, the face you're making now is no face to show a client, Phoenix. But, so tell me all about it. I'm going to guess that my sister is in a lot of trouble again. I told her everything about what happened in the last 2 days. Mia closed her eyes, deep in thought, while she listened. Yeah. It's pretty serious. Mia, what am I supposed to do? It's pretty clear what a good lawyer does in this situation. And that is, tell me, please, believe in your convictions and fight for the complete actual acquittal of your client. Okay, Mia. Not guilty. You think Maya's not guilty? How can you be so sure? I know she is, and I'll give you a hint as to why. Yes? Mediums can't have dreams. They can't? From what you told me, it sounds like Maya was having a dream while channeling. Okay, channeling, that was what it was. She was channeling for Dr. Gray to speak to his nurse, to have her tell him that, to clear his name of all the rumors that had happened. Unfortunately, what befell him was his own death, because she has a grudge against him. And maybe more people do, who knows? Because I don't know how this trial is going to go, but the person that was brought upon the scene while channeling seemed to have killed him. And it seems like when they were channeling, it's as if they switched places, Maya and the murderer, or we think is the murderer. So yes, and it was a lot, and that was sad because it was starting to give me vibes that someone was going to die again. We were supposed to go to court for him for something, right? Or at least like I don't know, I don't remember, but it happened, and that was kind of sad. It brought me back to Danganronpa, and it was just oof. Yeah, she said she dreamt that she had died and had been buried in the ground, but that is impossible. You've heard it from her, I'm sure. When a medium channels, her own spirit disappears, which means that it's impossible for her to dream during that time. Then, what does this mean? I think it's safe to bet that Maya was set up. A setup? It's up to you to blow the lid on this case tomorrow and show how she was set up. How am I supposed to prove her innocence when I have nothing to go on? If you're looking for a clue, it's already in your hands. It is? Just as it sounds, Phoenix. You already hold the key. Really? Come on, show me the key to this case. The key? Huh? Alright, I'll show it to her. The key I hold. What key I got holding in my hand? Oh, this like literal key? Are they actually talking about this key, or are they talking about Maya's Magatama? Magatama. I think that's what I decided to say. There was a whole thing last time where I was like, is it Magatama? Magat. Now I'm only saying Magatama. I don't even remember the other term. Okay. Mia, have you seen this key before? The key, it's literally the key to understanding everything that's happened in this case. This key? Phoenix, listen. Right now, that key is sitting in your hand. However, it shouldn't be. It contradicts the facts. What does she mean? I'm certain this key will be the piece of evidence that makes your case tomorrow. You already know everything you need to know. What is going on? You know what the key to this case is, and that is enough. But how can I win tomorrow without knowing who the real murderer is? Who could have? I didn't know it at the time, but this day was going to end with a turn for the surprising. Does she have a secret? What's up, Mia? What? What's wrong? That's right, only I can see the psyche loss. Which means Mia must know something about the real murderer. But for this to be something that she would hide under lock and key from even me, what in the world is going on? That's good. That's a good question. To be continued. Wow. Oh, we're already there. Look, I don't know what to do. June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. And so we're also fighting off against Von Karma, like his actual son is going to be the what do they call it? Prosecutor? Or am I the prosecutor? I'm like defending them, but I forgot. There's another term. Too bad I've been away for a little bit, so I would not know. What? Prosecutor Von Karma, you mean? No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, all so he could win. That's right. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor, I wonder what kind of person it will turn out to be. It would be funny if this person is like not at all what we're expecting. It's no good. Mystic Maya! Pearly! She actually showed up. You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way! I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed the map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. Oh my gosh. I can't. Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. Oh gosh, why would you say? Oh wait, okay. It was just a flashback. I thought he was gonna show up and just be like, no, we are not friends. Don't ever put us in any of the same boxes ever in your entire life again. That I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life, Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot. You don't know. He's gone, and he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? Yeah, Maya, it's not the time. I don't know what Nick was gonna say, but it's not the time. June 24th, 10 a.m. District Court. Oh, it's her! I've seen her before. She seems so fierce. Oh, snap. I don't even know who she is, but I've seen her before in, like, little clips of stuff. Oh, crap. I was thinking it was him. I was thinking that it was a son, but who knows? Let's check it out. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and defense prepared? So it is the prosecutor, and we're just considered the defense. Oh, she's gripping her sleeve, so just like him. Hopefully has more sense. What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Oh, yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? I mean, I guess so. I just wasn't expecting. I thought someone even told me son, but maybe it was Gumshoe. It was just like, no, it was Von Karma's kid pal, or something like that. Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up on a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Whoa, I'm talking. She just brings a weapon to the courtroom. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Whoa! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. This is kind of exciting. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense? A plea usually reserved for when a guilty person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but we need the truth. What did Mia say? The total... what word did I think it was the first time? I don't know. Actual, and I said it wasn't actual, it was to something. Okay, anyways. The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call my first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. And who is the witness? No one else was there. Oh gosh. He didn't see, he just got evidence. But okay. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local prison. Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. Okay, it's a map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? This seems like a Danganronpa case, just, like, honestly it does. This would be something in Danganronpa. Good grief. I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I have ever presided over, except for to them. To them, it's definitely not a Danganronpa case. To them, it's just like, hey, I mean, we know exactly what happened. Like, case closed. Like, no such thing can happen because this is not Danganronpa. This is Ace Attorney. We live in the real world. Floor plans added to the court record, thank you. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time then. Okay, cause of death. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. How did they get a pistol in there? Good grief, Mia's like, we have everything, you have everything you need. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Okay, after being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Oh my gosh. It's like the second game is picking right back up where it left off. in terms of difficulty from the last trial from the previous game. Except for the tutorial, I guess. Hold it. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? Yeah, that's a good question. It was the victim's. So he had a gun on him? What? Oy vey. The victim? Now, why would he have... Oh my gosh. Oh, objection. Okay, she has a... Okay. Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingertips are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints. Along with the victims, the defendant, Maya Faze, were also on the grip, sir. Oh, they're getting a rustle-tussle. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. I walked right into her hands there. Point blank, huh? So, about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. How do you know? And how do you know he was shot at point blank? Tisk, 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 Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish courtry. Count? Yeah. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Powder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot powder. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Somber. Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This doesn't look good. This does not look good. Ha ha ha. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but there's something about instantaneous death. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come across the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Phoenix Wright. She's coming at me like hard. Yes, what a pain. Like, I do like her aesthetic though. It is kind of cool. So I'm almost a little biased. And it's because it's a new character. But don't come at Phoenix. Let's do something about this, Phoenix. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. Alright, murder weapon was Gray's. Two shots fired. What is going on? Bears, Maya's, and Gray's fingerprints. Murder weapon, a small fruit knife, belongs to the face. It just says the face. It doesn't say it belongs to Maya, but it's interesting that that is specifically mentioned. Bears Maya's fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard two gunshots at this time. And two murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. Huh. This does seem like an open and shut case. Yes, naturally. my voice for her is gonna go up and down because I honestly don't know. I can't remember the shout that she gave, so I might just go back to what I thought she sounded like in my head. This is going from bad to worse, as if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. And Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gravel of yours. A gavel. Javel. I wonder. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes. Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? Is the opinion of this court that it's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justify self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I better think this all through. No! Wait, no. Darn, that's really gonna get me. Before, they had me lose on purpose because there was nothing that I could do. And I didn't know that. I was going through I was going through the best educated guesses that I could. And at the beginning, I pretty much thought there was nothing I could do. But I was like, they never want me to give up. They always want me to keep going. So this is interesting. Let's see. Plead justified self-defense. Plead not guilty. Of course, I would plead not guilty. Good grief. If we plead justified self-defense, we will basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life will be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor, have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. I think I said it wrong the last time. If she's whipping out that whip. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective. Yes, sir. Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. Now, see here. Proceedings are run by... Oh, yes, of course. Glad. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Okay, what's this incriminating evidence? Sorry, pal, but there's even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. There are blood splatters on it. All right, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could the situation get any worse? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. You have everything to say. To Phoenix. I know it is your job. But sort of like you're coming at his throat, like just like this close. Let me see. This close from his throat. Like you're just coming. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Call him her whole name. Oh yeah, I was just like, this whole time, she has just been calling his whole name this whole time. Like, everything is just whole. Like, please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Incriminating evidence. What can I say? Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? Us? You're kind of scary today, you know, pal. Come on. Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. Okay. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? Just a side note, I guess. As you can see, it's covered in blood. Yep. This blood on the costume. Lab results show that it is the victim's blood. They are rustle-tuffling. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... Objection! I don't think I could go that high. If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad. Not enough time. Let's move on. Ah, yes. Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? They want me to move on. Let's just press him. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. She has stuff she doesn't want to tell us? There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it. Looks like my time is up. So, about the costume. Let me look. He's right, because we can't look at it? What is wrong with it? Is it the spray of blood? Is it because it got... The only thing that just suddenly popped into my mind is that this is... Okay, this suddenly popped into my mind because I can't think of anything else. The only thing that I could think of that would be different about Maya's clothes is that Maya doesn't necessarily show much of any bust in her chest area. So when someone else is being channeled through her, they do take on her appearance, like physical and all. Like maybe just not the hair. I don't know about that because the lady's hair didn't change, but physical features like the face and the body seem to change. Maybe the way that the blood is splattered. I don't even know if I'm reaching here. Like, that's the only thing I could think of. Besides maybe like, I don't know enough about how blood splatters from being shot in the head or being stabbed and all that. I mean, I guess blood would have had to get on her face as well, but if it was in the head, wouldn't it have come closer to her face? So maybe those are two things. If I had to think of anything, if I can at all, it would be the way that the blood splattered on the bottom half of her costume, or that maybe they could find a pattern of blood splatter that doesn't resemble Maya. That is what maybe I'm thinking. Okay. There's one little thing. Your Honor, actually, there's something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you were talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. Darn it. I didn't save, did I? The bullet hole? Poke a hole through it. Interesting. I didn't see this before, so if this is the case, then like... I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve. There's a tiny hole there. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Press to check for details. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. What's up? Is she actually smiling? Good grief. What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony that just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor Von Karmer has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then no way. Darn, she was still smiling. Where are we gonna find her secret? Let's go. Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. Oh, I forgot we were in the middle of that still. That was a lot. We went off on a whole thing. A whole thing. Like whole names, full names, whatever you want to call them. Flashbacks, yes. Was not fighting back. I wonder. But he wasn't fighting back. How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. We're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. Maybe the hole? Is that what he shot first? Because it did shoot. Oh crap. That's a good point, because it's like, if it was Gray's, how did she get it from him? I think he was about to go for self-defense. And maybe that's why he was stabbed first. He shot. She took the gun from him and shot back. Because that's all that she needed. She didn't go in knowing that there was going to be a gun. And since we know there was a gun and it was his gun, it had to be that. Also, the bullet hole in the wall. That's because he probably missed. I mean, we know that he missed because Maya didn't have any wounds or anything. That Von Karmer, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her. It's about him fighting back. Oh, whoops. I didn't think it was that short, because we had spent such a long time without fighting back. And it has to either be the hole in the sleeve or the hole in the wall. Can we use this? No. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. He didn't fight back. Hold on. I feel like I should save my points for when it's really needed, not for something that could have multiple answers. Okay, yeah. See, I was thinking it was either the costume or the hole in the wall. But if it wasn't the costume, I would have let myself take a hit because I knew there was... I know where I wanted to go. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes. Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? You're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Let's see what Von Karma has to say. What is with that? Are you finished yet? Laugh. Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Oh my gosh. Miss Von Karma. It seems that Miss Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, this is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and plead not guilty. Now, why, that's right. Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. Oh, gosh. Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. What, for real? Huh? How so? Why is she thinking everybody? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course. You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Oh. That means yes, yes. Right away, sir. Yes, it does. What transpired? During the channeling, excuse me, I don't know where that came from. I thought I was maybe I was still speaking like the judge. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but they were too close and he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. That sounds about right. The scenario you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. Alright, let's see. What can we take from this? It seems about just like what happened from that lady's point of view, but maybe there's something else that we can turn into our favor. It picked up just a little bit. I feel like it did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, the music, sorry. Anyways. Yes. Let's press. There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. That's a very good point right off the bat, Phoenix. But still, they don't live in a Danganronpa world. I keep saying that, but they live in a world of reality where that kind of stuff doesn't make sense. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. Objection! I don't think I can. Do you think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the current channeling technique, the medium physically changes. Or the physique, she may have said. I don't remember. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. What is she saying? Why is she saying that? That just kind of proves our whole thing. Are they saying that that doesn't matter? That someone else shooting and killing someone with the body of someone else counts as murder on the body's part? Like the person's... Von Karma, get out of here. Just saying everything that we need right now. Okay. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the current channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony. Okay. Wow. Then that sucks. What are we supposed to do then? So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Ah! Stay on track, she says. Where in the world did the pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, has specifically bought it for that day. Yeah, like as if he would keep a gun on him at all times unless he does. But why would he? Maybe because he knows that the rumors are kind of true. Maybe he thinks maybe the rumors are true and he knew that she would be furious with him. Then what would be the point? Why would you even risk yourself to talk to the nurse again? I don't know, just speculation. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Wow. So he did just bring it for this specific occasion? What? Dr. Gray? Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? He knew that she would be furious with him because maybe he did set her up in that car accident. Whatever that made her die. Because she mentioned, he murdered me and I'm gonna murder him. Something like that. The victim took a shot, but they were too close and missed, right? So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Shut up, Von Karma. Like, we're getting on with it. Let us speak. Let us speak face to face. Like, with the witness. Let us do our thing. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me? I wonder. Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad, but there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. So what exactly? We've gone through all of the dialogue. What is not the truth? But I mean, didn't even Von Karma say herself that maybe we can just say that it was her, the defendant, but it's not the defendant, right? In this case, that would be the lie. No. Wrong. Is that a true or false statement? We don't really know. Then picked up and opened and he took the victim's gun and ended it. Is this true? Is this where the other bullet hole comes in? No, that was just a shot. Because I'm actually lost. I keep trying to think about what is true and what is not true. They always get me on these, and then it ends up still connecting in somehow. I'm like, how did I not understand? what they wanted me to do. The defendant then picked up on the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. Is this about Maya? Does Phoenix know the truth, that it wasn't her? Like, that it wasn't... that it was the lady and not her? Yeah, I'm gonna just be trying everything now because I honestly don't know. This kind of sucks. It just kind of sucks that it has to be this early and I'm really getting this wrong. The defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Is that true or false? I guess so. This is more or less like a observation because of what must have happened. But is that how it happened? We still don't really know for sure if they were stabbed before or after, but in this case I feel like it is. We were talking about the plea for self-defense and how, of course, Maya just didn't have the weapon off the bat, or the nurse didn't, but he did. He had to have a reason to bring it out and just fire on them. Is this about the last of his strength? The knife, did it actually do what it needed to do? No. Okay, I pretty much lost there, so gotta start over. I'm just shooting. Do I need to go back through some of these statements to try to get an idea? Oh man, this is where I hate the most because this is where I get stuck and where most of the time goes. Ah! Oy vey. Oh. Okay, this is actually something I didn't think about. I was questioning that statement as to whether or not he missed because he was close, but I didn't actually present Maya's costume because it should have. Darn it, we just talked about that. This is on something else I wasn't really thinking. I was questioning that statement, but not necessarily because of that. Mostly I think it was because of me thinking that maybe it wasn't because he was too close. I don't remember what I was thinking of, but I was really trying to think about if it was really because it was too close that he missed. I'll try to keep that kind of stuff in mind again. I can think about whether or not it needed to have burn on it or not, but of course it didn't matter. It was, even if it's so small, it's a contradiction. They keep one-upping me, man. Well, they keep on one-upping me. Alright, I'm gonna just have to take the loss. Okay, let's see. Missing the tiny hole in this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Hey, what do you mean? This little hole has has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. And I guess since they also didn't show what gunpowder burn looks like, that I hadn't even thought to even think about it again. Because if there was a clear distinction between them, maybe I would have thought about it. Like a visual, maybe that's just kind of what I needed, but but that would be kind of graphic to show the dust on his forehead and the gun, but it says it's on the gun too. Maybe if they would have showed that to me, I would have had a better chance, but this area of expertise I am not fluent in. That's probably the wrong way to say that, but yeah. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh, but there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed in Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. I might have said that wrong, it just didn't sound right. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away, and it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? I guess that was kind of easier than... Objection! Let's go. Okay, he doesn't think so, as if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound found from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far apart like that. Let's go, Phoenix. You be thinking outside the box, but I mean, you're thinking about everything that's like related. I need to get like that, you know? I need to think about what's right there in front of me. Oof. Von Karma? Let's go. Well, then, that's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some distance between the doctor and herself. In this case, I would say she wouldn't have been able to grab the gun at that point. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. But then, okay, she was talking about before the shot was fired, so that would... What I said would not make sense. Of course, but that's okay. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Alright, let me save. That just means I should save, right? Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. I think it doesn't make sense. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal flaw? Oh, very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing and making the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. I guess if we're saying that, she couldn't have shot him if it was supposed to be point blank. And plus the blood splatter. So it could be like any three of these. Or even that, I guess. Take a look at this. Why are you showing this to me, pal? Prosecutor Von Karma's explanation and this piece of evidence do not contradict. Ha. It looks like you need to use your brain a little more, pal. Being lectured by Gumshoe of all people, it's so embarrassing. Come on, hurry up and get that thinking cap on. They're not going to penalize me for that. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. She put some distance. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot, but wasn't he stabbed first? They're neither. None of those? I didn't use this, did I? It doesn't seem like he should be standing. It seemed like he might have still been on the floor. Okay, alright. Alright, I just didn't... Alright, let's go. And this is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? It looks... I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who, where, what? Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. Are these two really that clueless? I mean, I don't know, man. I didn't get some of this, so I'm in the boat with them. The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. All right. It passed through a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means When the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Oh! This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit his folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area.
Take that!
I got it wrong. I forgot to... Okay. Where Maya was at the time of the crime. They were talking about squatting low to the ground. Why does it matter where she is? I am just not getting it. I kind of upset that I just don't get this. I need him to reaccount that for me. Please don't make it be like some BS, like super... What? I don't understand. Why does it have to do with anything? I thought it was about her them being low. So I must have missed something. Darn it, I hate that. I mean, she wouldn't be right in front of the gosh darn thing, would she? I am seriously... Why was she standing there? Maybe to go get the knife? Because she didn't have it on her. It said it was the phase. It didn't say it was on Maya at the time. Fine, whatever the heck. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. How can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Parma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, yeah, they had to be some length apart. Okay. That was being brought back into... But why did that have to matter where she was standing? We just know about... I don't know. Maybe it's important to them. They have to find out every part of the truth that they can, I guess. What the heck? I'm just... Ooh. There is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? If it does, what does it change? What does it change about the situation? Does it change the defendant's situation? That she was a ways? That if this was the case, could she have shot him point blank, maybe? Or stabbed him? Either of those. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with a knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, Why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be... Oh, shoot. Blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa, I don't know if she would say it that way. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be your smarmy smile? That smarmy smile. Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? How is it all my fault? All my fault. You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Very true. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. That was difficult. Man, I wish I could have got so much further, but I got stuck like at the very beginning when I got stuck. After that point, I got stuck every single time. There's always more that I can learn about the universe, and that I'm not correct. And I must continue to learn and be put in my place. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Whew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sis ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Oh, are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, now you do. June 21st, 11:43 a.m. District Court, Room Number 2. It was 5 minutes, I guess. Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Whoa. I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the something like that. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Name and occupation. I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine? That ain't fine. That's a whip. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I hadn't even got to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Alright, witness's account. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. It was pretty dark behind that whatchamacallit though. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Wait, what? Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. Oh, I knew there was something wrong with that statement. It's like, man, I'm just reading stuff wrong all the time. And now this sentence, like, what is this? Doesn't look like I care. Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. You took a multiple ones though. Oh, waving the gun around. This doesn't make sense. Wasn't she supposed to be on the other side? I mean, this is a picture. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and victim were in that room. But behind the gosh darn thing back there, they mentioned specifically that it was super dark. And that's what I'm worried about. A picture taken at the murder scene. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me, even though we just see her in the picture. All right, witness's account. I think I'm gonna stop right there. Only the doc and the defendant went to the channeling chamber. We'll stop it right there. Alright, so a lot happened this time. Much frustration once again. Like I said, I feel like they picked back up on the difficulty. There were, how many did I know or did not know about? I think I didn't know about a single gosh darn thing. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. You gotta be put in your place sometimes. Those who exalt themselves will be humbled. Those who are humble will be exalted. I guess I'm not humble enough, maybe. There has to be more. No, just me learning about things and where they're taking the story. It's fine if I don't know. I end up learning one way or another, but I wish I could just do it on my own at one point. I really do. That one with the burn, the gunpowder burn, I really did wish I could get that on my own. The rest of it, I did by myself with some here or so guessing. But it was easier because we didn't have multiple statements to flip through. Yeah. That's the sadness though. I hate to look it up. I want to be able to play the game as intended, as if no one's ever played it before me. And like guides and stuff didn't exist, but guides are there for a reason, I guess. They're there to help and support. I would have probably gotten it sooner or later if I would have just went with every single thing on every single statement. Maybe I would have taken that over not. I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. What's over is over. I'm gonna try harder never to look up if I can. I don't want to, because I want to be able to figure it out myself through my own deductions and reasoning, but stuff about that, I don't know. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. Gunpowder, residue and stuff. It did tell me about it, but I just didn't think that it was going to be something we needed to talk about because it seemed like something we already squashed. But anyways, besides that, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.